this is what we want. Oh, this is actually kind of sick, right? So the Palkia League Battle deck is the latest in the long line of League Battle decks from the Pokemon Company. If you're looking to get into competitive play, the League Battle deck series is one of, I think it's my favorite way of getting a deck that's really strong really quickly. And this Palkia deck is very strong out of the box, and in this video you'll see some subtle tweaks you can make to make the deck even stronger. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll run you through a couple of the adjustments I have made to the League Battle deck. So I went into this. I think there's still a lot of things you can do to upgrade this deck. You could put in Ice Riders in here, you can put in Empoleons in here. I wanted to try and keep the upgrades as minimal as possible, stuff that like for a couple of bucks you can go and make your deck look like this, work like this, while still being very strong and get you to like a complete state, right? If you want to tech it out with other stuff like the Articunos, the Ice Riders, by all means go for it, and we're going to cover some of that down the road, but wanted to get you from like you're starting here with the League Battle deck, and then we'll just like inch you just up so you're like, yeah, this is like a fully realized deck now. So let's start. We've got Palkia VSTAR, water type Pokemon. It has 280 HP to retreat. It's got an incredible move, Subspace Swell, does 60 damage, plus this attack does 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon. And in the current meta, where so many decks require wide benches, you're oftentimes hitting for upwards of 260 damage. And you don't even need to have like full benches on both. You could have like 8 out of the 10 spots filled, and you're still doing 220 damage, which is enough to knock out Pokemon V, a lot of basic EXs as well. So this deck hits, or Palkia hits really hard. On top of that, you have the incredible ability Star Portal, where during your turn you can attach up to 3 water energy cards from your discard pile to one of your water Pokemon in any way you like. And there's a couple of big use cases for where you'd want to use this. In the early game, if you are struggling to get rolling, you can use Palkia's Star Portal to get energy onto yourself. If you're in a position where you're about to lose your Palkia in the active and you want to charge up a bench one, you can do that. But best of all, you can use Star Portal to charge up Radiant Greninja, which is phenomenal in this deck. Not only does it help you discard energy cards to draw more cards with its Concealed Cards ability, but it pairs really nicely with Palkia's Star Portal thanks to Moonlight Shuriken, where you can discard 2 energy cards from this Pokemon and do 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Being able to bench snipe, potentially take out 2 targets like Comphase or Ralts's or Kirlia's is amazing. So incredibly important card in this deck, and that already comes in the League Battle deck. The change that we've made here is we've added 1 extra Palkia V to make it a 3/3 line. And then we've also got, so Manaphy's still in the deck. I've added 1 Hawlucha here for flying entry, where when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and put 1 damage counter on each of them. Kind of like Galarian Zigzagoon, but it does 2 damage counters, but it has to be on the bench. You can't hit the active. However, this is still a great way to soften up targets, potentially for Greninja, or, you know, fill your bench just so Palkia is doing more damage, or in the event of certain Pokemon that have like 270 HP, or yeah, and you've got the 2 full benches, Palkia can then get the 1 shot on them. So kind of helping you fix a bit of math here and there. For the Mew matchup, we've got 1 copy of Drapion. We run a 2/2 line of Bidoof and Bibarel. These also come in the League Battle deck as well. Want to keep those in there to help us draw cards. And then we have 1 Lumineon. This one you're going to have to source out whether you get it from a Trainer's Toolkit or you buy it separately. When you bench Lumineon, you get to grab a supporter card of your choice. This is great for grabbing stuff like Irida, Melony, Boss, and so on. And then last but not least, we've got a pair of Klefki in here, thanks to its mischievous lock ability, where basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents, have no abilities except for mischievous lock. Now you have to be careful here because this does also shut off Greninja, so you're gonna have to be mindful of when you play it. However, you'll want to use this in something like the Lost Box matchup, or even to a certain extent the Mew matchup to shut off the Genesect. So just a locking option here. Another Pokemon you could put in here instead, doing this type of job, is Empoleon V. That's something I played around with as well. The benefit of Empoleon V is you can also attack with Empoleon because it uses water energy. However, it's also potentially a 2-prize liability, and when you bench it during times when you don't want it, you're potentially losing 2 prizes, which is really tough. So a locking option here. If you want to use this space for something else, that's totally okay, but just wanted to show that this is an option for this deck as well. For trainer cards, we made some adjustments here. We've got only 1 copy of Boss's Orders. And the reason we did that is we're popping in 4 copies of Cross Switcher. This is a awesome gusting card where when you play 2 copies of Cross Switcher, you get to switch your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active, and then you switch your bench Pokemon with your active. And the benefit of Cross Switcher in Palkia is that you can Melony and Cross Switcher at the same time. So you can use Melony to attach energy, draw more cards, and then use Cross Switcher to switch your opponent's Pokemon and get the Gust KO that way. So 4 copies of those. We've got 1 heavy ball to grab a basic from the prizes, most likely Greninja. Added 1 copy of Raihan here. Melony's great, but there are certain instances where off of a KO, you want to have that extra energy attachment, as well as grabbing an item card or grabbing a card from your choice from the deck. So Raihan's great for that. 1 copy of Escape Rope for some movement. 2 copies of Judge. Now, the League Battle deck, I don't think has any sort of disruption cards, so having a couple of copies of Judge is great for that. We've got it down to 1 copy of Energy Search. I actually really like 2 in the deck so that you can pair it with Irida, but right now, if just 1, if you want to keep it to 2, by all means, go for it and just make adjustments where needed. Irida, absolutely vital card in this deck, which lets you search for a water Pokemon and an item card, reveal it, put it into your hand. This is great for grabbing your Palkia VSTAR, Greninja, Lumineon, as well as an item such as a Battle VIP Pass or a Cross Switcher Ultra Ball. Keep in mind that with the new errata post-rotation, tool cards are no longer items, so you cannot grab Choice Belt with Irida. Does make it a little worse, but Irida is still an amazing card in this deck. And then we've got 2 Choice Belts in order to squeeze out that extra damage. In a world where EXs are getting more popular, you may want to trim this down to 1, but I do like the idea of Palkia potentially hitting for up to 290 damage on multiple Vs. So I've got 2 copies of that still in here. 3 Nest Balls. This is a card that was not in the League Battle deck, I don't believe, and this is pretty much the replacement for Quick Ball. You can search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Unlike Quick Ball, you don't have to discard a card in order to put a basic Pokemon on the bench, and this also puts them directly to the bench. If you want to do something like Lumineon's Luminous Sign, you have to use an Ultra Ball because Nest Ball just puts Lumineon on the bench and you don't get to do its effect. So keep that in mind, but Nest Ball is a great way to help set up your bench. For stadiums, I've actually got 2 copies of Lost City instead of the Lake Acuity, and I like this one instead because whenever a Pokemon, either yours or opponent's, is knocked out, you put that Pokemon in the Lost Zone instead of the discard pile. There are a number of decks that you are playing against in the current meta that really don't want to see their Pokemon in the Lost Zone, in particular the Gardevoir matchup. So keep that in mind. I mean, there are other good stadiums here you could be running as well, such as Temple of Sinnoh. Right now I've got 2 Lost City. Kept the 4 Battle VIP passes from the from the League Battle deck. I really like those. Still keep one copy of Klara in the deck for some Pokemon and energy recovery. 4 Ultra Balls for Pokemon Search and some discard synergy as well. 1 copy of Switch. Again, you will be doing some pivoting here and there, so just 1 Switch. And yeah, I think the best inclusion here is Cross Switcher. 4 copies of these gives you some unique gusting options that otherwise wouldn't be available. Gusting and energy acceleration options. Like you could Raihan as well and then do Cross Switcher as well. Really nice combo card. And then last but not least, we've got the same 9 energy. So general game plan of this deck is you want to set up Palkia and Greninja as early as you can and ultimately get up to Palkia VSTAR, subspace well, swing for a ton of damage. Now, the thing is, and you also want to get your Bibarel set up, ideally, so you're drawing more cards, but it's most important to get the Palkia and the Greninja rolling. And I think the big thing that's going to change the outcome of games for you, this deck is a little more linear now than it used to be with the Shady Dealings engine, is that look out for the opportunities to use Moonlight Shuriken. This can be used to either take out 2 smaller single prize attackers or soften up 2 things like a VMAX so that it's easier for Palkia to knock them out later. So keep that in mind. You definitely want to have Greninja online and use it at some point in the match to give you the upper hand. All right, let's get to these matches. Man, I miss my boy Sobble. I miss Shady Dealings. I'm not gonna lie, especially like we're playing the Palkia deck right now, and I just go like, damn, I really wish we had Shady Dealings in this deck. So wish we had Shady Dealings in this deck. But that's okay. It's a new world. Nobody has Shady Dealings. So it's not like Palkia doesn't have it and other decks do. Yeah, Palkia probably hurt more than most. Okay, looks like we're up against Gardevoir here. And let's go concealed cards. Draw some stuff. And I will throw down an energy. And we'll just sit here. And I think the play that we need to be mindful of here is we could potentially set up... Ooh, throwing out a Gardevoir. If we can take out 2 Kirlias right away, it might be worth it. But we have to get Palkia VSTAR set up, like, immediately. And I don't know if we're gonna get that. If we can top deck Palkia, that would be incredible. Or get it off the Melony. And then just go straight Greninja. And yeah, the Zacian could take out the Greninja. But if we can just completely destroy their setup right now, I want to take it. I want to take it so bad. Okay, so we've got the energy in the discard. We have more energy in hand. Let's first let's concealed cards again. Dig a little further. And we don't get what we're looking for. However, we can go set up a... Let's set up a Bidoof. Okay. And we can set... we can Melony to Palkia. Out to Palkia VSTAR. Okay, fantastic. This is what we want. Oh, this is actually kind of sick, right? So, if we retreat into the Greninja, right, and we Palkia VSTAR Star Portal, we go 1, 2, 3, and we attach energy to Palkia, so we've got to follow up on the next turn. And we Lost City, we can go and dunk 2 of the Raltses into the Lost Zone. And there goes half their setup. Bye! So we're probably, yeah, we're going to lose Greninja off this. And then we have to do like a very awkward trade with the Zacian here. But this was a good start. Good start. Good start. And do they have the third energy? If they don't have the third energy, there is no way for us to get 2 more energy onto this Greninja, which is kind of unfortunate. Unless they like boss up the Bidoof and knock that out, but I highly doubt it. Okay, they are going to get the third energy, which is fine. Let's see how much we can set up. If we can knock out the Zacian here with like, if we can fully set up our bench here, let's see what we can do. 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. Okay, hold on. We get the second energy, we can attack, right? So that's going to get us to 140. And we heavy ball for nothing. That kind of sucks. We got Bibarel here. I will Hawlucha to... Actually, this kind of throws off their math as well on the Raltses. Okay. That gets us to 160, 80, 200, 220. So, actually, let's Irida here. Yeah, let's Irida for Palkia V, and is the Gucci belt in here? No, it's not. Okay. Palkia, and can we get Ultra Ball? Yeah. Okay. That gets us to 220. We will get the knock. We do have Ultra Ball in hand. We do go 220. And we're also going to dunk the Zacian into the Lost Zone. Not giving them a lot to work with at this point. Holy cow. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. We've got our outs to Palkia V. Oh, we also lost Greninja to the Lost Zone, didn't we? Yeah. That's a little unfortunate, but... if they're going level ball Kirlia right now, they are down bad. Oof. And they brick. We might have shut down... Yeah, if they get Gardevoir EX rolling, it's going to be a little tricky, but... Like, we have pretty much kneecapped them before they could even start. Yeah, 2 Raltses and the Zacian out, and they weren't able to rare candy their way into the next part of the game, so... Oh, they got a second Zacian. Okay. If we could top deck, like, across... Oh, hold on. Ooh. Oh, okay. We Irida for the other cross-switcher piece, and then we just knock that Zacian out, and then I think that's a game. Oh. Oh, okay. I mean, I think they might have seen the potential error in their ways. We do get Gucci belt. We do get Gucci belt. I will hold on to it, though. Let's get rid of Ultra Ball and Klefki. And I will get another Palkia VSTAR here. And I'm going to hold on to the Choice Belt. We don't know what we are going to be up against here. We do get a switch. And I think we just swing for 200 onto the Mew, flush that into the Lost Zone. I don't think there's any reason for us to be greedy at this point. Like, yeah, we could get judged really bad or something like that. Okay, Let's see how they play this. They're going to get a Gardevoir EX into... Yeah, they got a ton of energy in the... Yeah, do you go with the Gardevoir or do you go with the... I don't think Gardevoir... I don't think Shining Arcana Gardevoir is going to do enough damage to Palkia at this point. Zacian might. Let's see. I think we have a massive lead, and they are... I'm not seeing any, like, V-Union pieces or anything like that. I think they have to bench the Zacian if they want the knock. And we have Irida for cross-switcher. As long as we don't take out... Let's see. Oh, they've got the Gardevoir EX, so they could charge up something. It's still looking grim for them regardless. Okay, there's the Zacian. I have to imagine the Gardevoir EX is coming down. I think Zacian can KO the Palkia. Well, let's see. We'll let them work through their line. Right? Here comes the Gardevoir EX. And if they knock out this Palkia, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 210. I think we're Oh, this is going to do... Yeah, this is a moral victory for them, right? They might get the knock on the Palkia, but like it's going to be an easy KO on the Zacian at the end, so we don't even have to worry about crazy cross switcher stuff as long as we don't get judged right now or rock sand. Like, we have the win here, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, with the Hawlucha play, I think that was kind of cool. Like, it does adjust the math a little bit in that they can't... actually, no, it might make it... I don't know if it actually does make it better or worse. But we did get to fill up the bench in order to do the damage. And there's the judge. All right. So, we did have game in hand, and now we do not. Okay, here comes their Shining Arcana Gardevoir. We do have Klara, so that gets us to 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. I think we still win. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. And yeah, our Palkia gets flushed into the... Oh, wait. Palkia gets flushed into the lost zone. And now... Oh, we still get energy, right? So hold on. If we go Nest Ball for... Let's just say Palkia. And we Gucci Belt up. And we Bibarel here. Draw some more cards. We're still short energy. But we can grab energy. Yeah. Continue. And we... Yeah, we still hit for 230. So... Oh, it doesn't even matter because we're not knocking this out clean. We just take the win. GG's. Yeah, there is a world, right? That could have been a really bad judge where we just didn't have the energy to follow up and they take another knock and all that stuff. But we were able to secure the win against one of the strongest archetypes in the game. And we were able to do that by sabotaging their setup really early, going for the turn 2 Greninja play with the combo into the Lost City, dunking 2 of their Raltses early, really messed them up. Now, they did have a second Zacian. I was kind of surprised by that. I guess that's not out of the realm of, you know, what's normal for a Gardevoir deck. But even though, you know, the Gardevoir is still a really strong deck, it's a deck that I have started to warm up to and see the potential in it. A slightly tweaked Palkia League Battle deck still gets the win. GG's. Going first, which gives us an opportunity to land the first big hit, potentially. I mean, we could be up against Lost Box or something. Oh, yikes. Okay. This is not a good starting hand. Although our opponent mulligans here, and looks like they have like cross switchers and stuff too. This is always my fear with Palkia decks, and this happened in the Shady Dealings era as well, where you just get a really gross starting hand and there's not a lot you can do. And I think it's, in a way, it's kind of worse now because you don't have the access to Shady Dealings like we did before. Yeah, this mulligan needs to be... Oh, okay. I mean... Oh, and it's Lost Box. Okay. Yeah, not a lot we can do here, unfortunately. This is unfortunate. We might not... I mean, they're probably going to fill up their bench. I mean, we don't need a lot to take out a Comfey or a Cramorant or anything like that, but... Let's see what we can do here with what is otherwise a miserable starting hand. Since scenarios like this where I wish we had research in the deck, which you could put in one. Ooh, this is a Sablezard build. Okay. Okay. I mean, we don't have to worry about the Greninja play, but we do have to worry about Radiant Charizard. Lost City is going to be helpful here in that regard. I mean, if we can take out Comfeys and... Ooh, they flushed the path to the peak down. That's actually good for us as well. Oh, and they hit VIP Pass. No. Come on, man. Come on. I've got just one Palkia in a dream. Actually don't know. I think you can use Cross Switcher if you've only got one Pokemon. Oh, no. And they benched the Sableye already? That is a gutsy move. It would be nice to dunk this one immediately if we get the opportunity to do it. Oh, man. They've already got 5 in the Lost Zone. This deck is so obnoxious. I mean, just Lost Box in general. I can't stand it. I like Lost Gudra. That's pretty much it. Okay. Do they have the switch out or no? They don't. Okay. All right. We do get a second Palkia down. That's nice. That's nice. We do get our Palkia VSTAR. And we do get Lost City. Let's go and dunk this Comfey into the void. Okay. Hopefully we can get something of value here. Energy Search. Okay. Not necessarily what we were looking for, but okay. It would be nice to Greninja snipe 2 targets off the bench. That would be the dream. Now, I think that is still in play. Like, if we top deck Greninja, that is a thing we can do. It's very risky, but it is a thing we could do. And right now, based on their current game plan, they're not going to have any attackers at... Oh, they're already at, what, 9? 9 cards in the Lost Zone? Holy cow. They're going to start Sableye like next turn. They're just going to hit with the Cramorant here. This is nuts. Off the Colress. We really need something off this top deck. Like, these next 2 cards have to be the best cards or we're screwed. Oh my goodness, this is actually terribad. Okay, because yeah, we're probably gonna lose this Palkia now. I don't have any quick way of accelerating this. Okay, or turning this into... Oh yeah, hold on. Okay, so we can do this. Our hand sucks really bad, but we can at least attack this turn. I hate that we have to do it this way, but at least this keeps us in the game. But wow, this is a gong show of a match so far. And we still have nothing. Oh, man. Okay. I think at least if we lose the Palkia, we can Klara for it back. But the fact that we have to fight this entire fight, potentially with just these 2 Palkias, is ridiculous. Oh, and they're going to path us, which I get it doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, a Lumineon would be nice, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. We've mostly done what we need to do. Now, do they have... Yep, here comes the Sableye, and they can start peppering in some shots. We need to get a 3rd attacker down here in the worst way. And let's see how they do this. I think there's a world where they go after the one on the bench. Or they split the difference. I mean, the obvious one is just soften up the active. Yeah, they're going to go soften up the active. Okay. That makes sense. Oof. And we have no real way of healing that. Can we get... And we get a Battle VIP Pass, like, way too late. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we don't need any energy here. Unfortunately, we are putting ourselves... Yeah, the Hawlucha does nothing. Well, I mean, it could help us stall for time. But really, it's not particularly helpful. See, they're going to clear back. Yeah, this is not... not at all what... I don't think we can bench the Hawlucha at this point. Yeah, they're going to start softening up the second Palkia. Which, actually... Yeah, if we have Klara back, we can get the energy off of, and the Palkia's back and just start softening it up. But this is not the way I drew up this match. We do have to be concerned that we are... This is going to be in Radiant Charizard range. Although Path to the Peak is down and Radiant Charizard cannot attack through Path. Oof. Ruh-roh. Wow, this would be quite the comeback if we could make this work. Okay, we get Ultra Ball. We get Klara. And Klara gets us this energy back. We can't use Greninja, so there's no point in trying to go for a Greninja play, which would have been nice, actually. We can't Lumineon. There's no point in choice belting right now. There's no point in putting... Is there a point? We might put it down just so we don't get escape roped. Yeah, let's go and bump the... Yeah, I don't want to get Escape Roped and get the other Palkia hit. Okay. There's the Bibarel. This is not at all how I foresaw this match playing out. I think the Hawlucha doesn't necessarily hurt us as a vulnerable thing because we don't have... It would still be a odd number of prizes, even if they go after the Hawlucha. At least that's the hope. I just don't want to get Escape Roped into Radiant Charizard, is the big concern here. A Judge would be incredible right now. BT dubs. Let's see. Our opponent might actually be stuck. Yep, here comes the Radiant Charizard. Like, if they have a Klara in here... yeah, the Radiant Charizard's coming in to swing at us here. Oh, they're probably going to bump Path to the Peak here as well. Okay. Oh, interesting. Let's see how they approach it. Yeah, Radiant Charizard's not going to attack with Path to the Peak out. So are they going to... They use the energy to attach. I think they might be trying to put us in a checkmate situation. Which I don't know if they can do. Let's see. Yeah, we also have to be concerned about cross-switchers here still. I've had no... Okay. Yeah, so they're going to get Charizard set up. And let's see what they go in with. Okay, they're going to get their hard retreat. And probably blast with the Charizard? Yeah. If we had Lost City and we can dunk this Charizard, we might still be able to win. I know we're up large at this point. And they still have to take 2 prizes. They've got to do 280 damage on Palkia in order to make this work. Ooh. Do we bench Lumineon, though? Oh, there's Judge. Okay. That's exactly what I was looking for. And hopefully, this is enough. Oh, we finally get the Greninja. We finally get the cross-switchers. Is there any value in going after the Sableye instead? I don't think there is. Greninja's probably... No. We'll just go for the 280. And we pray. That's going to be enough. Okay, there's our heavy ball. We've made this one heck of a fight. Is there a world where I get... No, Echoing Horn's still not going to be enough. I guess Echoing Horn, Charizard could do it. But let's see. Let's see what they have. This is kind of a ridiculous potential outcome here. Like, if we survive this turn, we win. And that Judge may have saved our bacon. Okay. I think they're going for... Let's see what they're going for here. They just got rid of the energy. I'm not sure what the Drapion does, other than let me do more damage. Maybe it's just there as a wall to stall for time. Okay, we're going to get Escape Roped. Yeah, if they knock the Hawlucha, like, that's fine. And we have cross-switchers here, too, so... Thankfully. Let's see how this goes. yeah, if you're looking at this upgrade for the League Battle deck, this isn't necessarily what I had in mind, but okay. Okay, I mean, this is all that matters, right? Okay, we throw down the Greninja, we throw down the Bidoof. We go all in, so 60, 80, 120, 40, 60. Okay, we're not going to play with our food too much. Okay, yeah, we're playing with our food. Let's go cross switcher, and we will grab the Sableye and put the Palkia in and land 180 damage for the win against Sablezard Lost Box. All right, well, that was not how I drew things up. We started with an absolutely miserable hand, and we are up against one of the top decks in the game. Yeah, Sablezard, I know people say like the Mirage Gate one's a little stronger, but Lost Box is still an incredibly strong archetype, and there's still routes where, you know, they were basically like a Klara away from winning. However, we were able to get just enough of the cards we needed to take the win there, having that early game Klara to recover that Palkia so we could stay in the fight, getting those cross switchers at the end when they're trying to stall for time. There were other routes we potentially, had we had more cards, right? The Greninja play, taking out 2 Comfeys would have helped us there as well. But even with such a crappy starting hand, let's be honest here, we were still able to take the win against a very strong deck. GG's. And there we go. That is one way to upgrade your Palkia League Battle deck. And there are going to be a lot of ways to upgrade Palkia. I still think Palkia is really good. I know for a little while there, Miraidon was wildly popular on PTCG Live. In tournament, it hasn't been as popular. I still think it's going to be a force, but even then, like, Palkia doesn't necessarily match up the worst against Miraidon, because Palkia still one-shots Miraidon most of the time, and it just kind of ends up being like who attacks first. So I think overall Palkia is still very strong. I love the League Battle deck. I mean, at the time of this recording, it's not out yet, but by the time that it is out, I'll be picking it up on day 1 so that I can build out my version of the Palkia deck. And again, there's lots of different ways to adjust Palkia. You could put Empoleon in here, you could put Ice Rider in here, and at some point we'll definitely tackle the Ice Rider variation of it. And the thing to look forward to the most is that I think it's Chen Pao. There is in Paldea Evolved, by the time the set it's coming out in June 2023, Chen Pao is going to be one of the big new archetypes, and Palkia is a big part of that deck. So getting the Palkia deck is also kind of the foundation for the Chen Pao. Let me just double check here real quick. I'm going to Google this, Chen Pao EX. Just make sure I have this right. Yeah, it's Chen Pao. Okay, that's the one you want to look out for going forward, and the Palkia League Battle deck is a great foundation for that. Anyway, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching the video. Before we go, some quick plugs. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In Third Person. If you enjoyed this video, give it the thumbs up. You can find me on Twitch at In Third Person, where I play the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And check out the website inthirdperson.com for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.